Good day viewers. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to open and read a file using Python. Of course, you can use any of your text editor like your Notepad, your Visual Studio, your Atom, Bracket. You can use it to open a file, and you can equally use it to delete and read a file. You can use it to append, to write into a file. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to open and read a file. So I've created a folder there. I'm going to create a file example. Let me ls into my folder example.txt. I've created a file example.txt to my Vim using my Vim example. So you can see my text, the file I have contents inside already. So I'm going to open this and read the file. So to do that, let me close this. Clear. I'm going to be using the Python interactive section for doing this. So I have installed Python 3 already. So Python 3. So this is the interactive section. If I want to open a file, I'll just create a variable name file. So open, I will use the method open. The method takes argument the file name. The name of the file, remember, is example.txt. So it's going to take another argument to tell me whether I want to read or write. So since I want to read, I will use R. If I want to write into the file, I'm going to use W. You can append plus, A plus, R plus, and all of that. So, but the major one is just read on the right, then append. So I'm going to be reading the file. That's why I'm using R. So the file is open now. If I click enter, there is no error. It is open now. If you're on Windows, you try deleting the file, you see that it will bring a prompt telling you that the file is opened in Python. So you can't delete except you close it here. So since I've opened this file now, let me read the file. So to read the file, I'm going to save it in a variable. Let me call it content file.read. So file.read is the method. If I call this, so the file is being stored in contents now. So if I should call my content, of course you can see Mary new line. This new line is because the file after Mary there is a new line before you enter the next name. After Mary there is a new line before you enter the next name. So if I print it out, let me print out what I have inside the content, so it will look like what I have there, exactly what I have there. The content. So yeah, so I can read now. You can see Mary, then the new line Estini, new line Mercy, Amarachi, Prosper, and so on and so forth. So that's how you can open and read a file using Python. So we can also use a read line. So let me say, if we want to put it inside the list, let me call this content1 equal to. So instead of using file.read, let me use file.readLine. So if I use read lines, so that we read all of them. So read lines, hit enter. So if I'm to print content1, you see that it will be an empty list, but it's a list, empty list. You can see. So if I use print to print content 1, so it's still an empty list. So how will I make this to be inside this list? Because it should be useful later on. So how will I make it to be in a list? How will I make this not to be printed like this, but to be printed in a list? So to do that, I'm going to use a method called seek. So I can say file.seek. So it's going to take a parameter 0. So click enter. Okay, let me use my read line again. Content1 goes to file.read line. So if I click enter, then let me print out my content1 again. Content1. So you can see it is now inside the list. You can see inside the list. So if I equally print, should print out the same thing inside the list. Content1. The same inside list. So you can see the new line is printed along. This /n is printed along because each of the name has new line before the next one. So how will I remove this new line? I can equally remove the new line, of course. So if I use list comprehension, I can remove the line. So let me remove the line and save it inside another variable. Let me call it contents. Contents, remember, is a list. So a variable, let me create a variable I. What's that? Create a variable I dot. So I'm going to use the method rstrip. Sorry for that. Rstrip. So what will I strip out? I want to remove the new line. So that's backward slash n. Okay, how was that? So rstrip. Okay, using list comprehension now for I as a variable in content one. So for I in content one, yeah. So if I do that, oh, no error. So let me print out my contents now. Contents. Yeah, the new line is out. So you can see it's now in a list. If I print out to print contents, of course the same thing is also in a list. So friends, that's how you can open a file and read a file. In our next video, I'll be showing you how to write or append to a file. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and share. Make sure you like, subscribe and share.